All right, so in this video, I want to go over our data center interactive mapping application. So right here, you've just got a nice base map with a bunch of green dots on it. And what this is representing are where all the incentive deals have been done, trying to encourage data centers to come in. So for instance, there's a big one going on over here in Abilene. And if you click on it, it's going to bring up all the information about this data center deal that was done. What the company name was, you got the average salary, the average CapEx of what was going on and what was pledged. So all of this is great to figure out where are the communities that are actually wanting and encouraging data centers to come in by doing incentive plays. So over here to the side, top right, you've got our map layers. You've got all those historical incentives. And then if you can work Google Maps, you can work this. All you got to do is just toggle on these layers that we've got. Right here, this is every single power plant in the United States. And what you can do is you can click on each one of these and it's going to tell you everything about that power plant. The utility name, the plant code, the plant name. Down below, you can see what kind of the main power supply is this. Solar, wind, geothermal, nuclear, all the varieties. So here you can see the primary source of energy for this facility is coal. Down at the bottom, you've got the total megawatt capacity. And then right here, you've got how many leftover megawatts did they have throughout the years. So this is what it can produce maximum at 100%. But this is how much latest it had to give up. So there is 988 megawatts at this location that can be sent out that hasn't been tapped into if you look at its total number that it could be doing. So since we have that data in here, you can just go ahead and turn on the filter and say, look, I only want to see the power plants where, they have, say, 50 megawatts to, say, 700 megawatts leftover capacity, technically. Well, now you can see where all those facilities are. So maybe you want to do a 500 megawatt capacity to 700. Where are those? It's going to be a lot less. So we can toggle that off and on. And let's just range it all the way up. So there you go. Now you got where all the power plants that have excess capacity are. And you can actually keep those on if you wanted to and couple it with some other layers that we got down here. This one is we're trying to track where all the hyperscalers are. So you can see where the Google, Metas, Amazons of the world are going and where they got large data centers. But then also we have on this power information. You could turn on again the power plants, but they're stylized now. So you could just quickly identify which ones are solar and which ones are geothermal and all the others. So it's just a quick identifier to say, hey, look, if you need a specific type of power plant, maybe you're trying to do some kind of green initiative and you want to know where all the excess solar capacity is in the United States, then you could use this map to answer that question. Over here, you got the power substations. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn that on. As you zoom in, you can see where all the substations are. These little nodes right here. Click on it. It's going to bring up everything that we know about that substation. And of course, you got the transmission lines. That's what these big, thick giants are. So now you know the power situation in the United States. Down below, we've got a little bit of fiber information. So a lot of the times these data centers, they want to go after energy. They need water to cool down. And then over here, they might want to connect into existing fiber. Over here, we've got where all the fiber internet is. So here we can just turn on what's by the FCC broadband data. And as you zoom in, you can just say, hey, look, does this area have service to any address in there through fiber? And it's going to bring up that information. So as we zoom in, we can wait for this data later to turn on. We can turn on all these others and quickly see, hey, is there fiber? Yeah, actually in this little sliver right here, there's 510 homes or businesses or just addresses that have fiber. So technically, yeah, there's fiber here because people are getting it within those boundaries. So, this is pretty much the whole story where you can start to peel back the onion of, site selection for data centers.